Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, man, using yours, man. It's yours truly. Hey, man, Green Eye Genie, creator of hip-hop, facts, challenging anybody in the world who say I'm not. Any pioneer that ain't talking and looking at all of these videos. I want to share to the world and to fans around the world. This is to all those around the whole world. Anybody that's into hip-hop around the whole world. So we talking the 50 states, and then we talking outside the country. So all the stories you ever heard about hip-hop, let me make something clear to y'all. No one has the right to discredit somebody else's story when they telling it. But a detective, when he goes to the scene, they take fingerprints, and the fingerprints is to be able to catch the individual, whether he was there or not. So when you tell your story and all these other stories, we talking about the seed. You know, when you cut open the apple, it got the seed inside the apple. See those little seeds? The seed is the beginning of the apple. So what I'm talking about is the seed. See, we're not talking about how it looked beautiful on the outside and then all pioneers and all of that come about. So when you hear stories, nobody has the right to take away nobody else's story, because everybody has their own experiences in life that they would like to share to the general public. But I'm talking hip-hop. Now, it's getting ready to go down something very, very powerful that hip-hop has never saw in the whole world. And this is also giving the fans what's getting ready to come to the culture of hip-hop. But I'm going to give you a little information and what it's about to be and what's getting ready to go on. Check out what's getting ready to happen to the world and any pioneer that try to step forward. Now remember, it's always with respect and it's always with love. Now, when I speak, never to disrespect nobody, because it's not about disrespecting somebody if you go before them. If you go before somebody, why would you disrespect them about the origin of hip-hop and the culture? So, let me give you a little background and go a little more in depth. Now, I got a lot of videos out there on YouTube that's showing documents. A lot of y'all seen that. But let me go a little more deeper down. So your pioneers are talking about, he creator. Before all of y'all existed. Let me tell you what's getting ready to happen to y'all. I got the karate master by the name of Slater. Slater's almost, 78? Slater's around 78, almost 78. Him and my brother grew up together. Karate master Slater. That took me from Mario, Disco King Mario, when we was doing the karate in Pathmark basement in 1971, 72. He was a security. Him and my older brother grew up together in school. My big older brother, Cedric. Because remember, it's 9 of us, remember? 5 boys, 4 girls, remember? Well, what my mother did, what I told you before, this is a vendetta. This is a vendetta on the culture of hip-hop. A vendetta. Here's why. When Mario was teaching me karate, remember I told you I bought his equipment and he named himself Disco King Mario? Well, people in Bronxdale and everything, they keep saying Mario, but it wasn't Mario. It was Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist. And nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist. Never. You never hear nobody saying that. Well, Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist is the one that my mother let play in Bronxdale around the 28 buildings And Mario wanted to get equipment because he was always behind Kool D. And Mario brung Kool D and them over to Bronxdale, but they couldn't play in Bronxdale. Not unless my mother authorized it because she's the supervisor of the projects. So do you understand that? So before Mario came out, right, in school, my other brother, that's under my older brother, right, my other brother come up with Bambaataa. And they used to be in school together. My brother Darius and Bambaataa and Soski. Well, when they used to go to school, the black spades used to be all in there at the lunchtime ball outside the school and all of this stuff. This is like 9th grade, right? So my brother and Bambaataa, you know, they was always real tight. But as time went by, music is being played that nobody never saw before in the Soundview section. Now remember, it's no 1520 at this time with Kool Herc, but the music is in Bronxdale with Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist. Okay? Let me show you something. Let me show you a quick picture of that. Of Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist. See if I can pull that picture up right quick for y'all. And so y'all can have a little more clarity in what was going on and what happened. Okay? Now, I've been sharing the story a lot with y'all guys, but this is different with where I'm going with this, because I'm bringing the biggest story ever told in the culture of hip hop. And what's happening now, it's time for me to crush the world. And all your pioneers, okay? Let me put this in your head, okay? All your pioneers, and it's always with respect. Bronxdale Projects, I told you before, we karate masters. Peter Williams is a red belt. Remember the karate master that grew up with my older brother Slater, that took me from Mario? Well, me, him, and Peter Williams, we used to work out in Pathmark's basement. That's 71, 72, 73. They went on and been fighting in karate tournaments. They went on and beat up the whole Bronx when none of y'all pioneers wasn't even around. Y'all was young. Y'all wasn't with no DJ equipment. Kool Herc didn't have no DJ equipment. So let's pause there. So in other words, Kool Herc is your king. Yes, he is. Kool Herc is your king. The 1520, that's your king. Because y'all run behind him. That's your king. You used to come down to listen to Kool Herc. Now, you know what's crazy about that? The only reason why y'all was listening to Kool Herc, because y'all wasn't over there at the Hevelo. Y'all wasn't over there at the Executive Playhouse with Kool Herc back then. Your pioneers, y'all wasn't there. Because y'all was young. Me and y'all around the same age. And back then, Kool Herc had a little older crowd up in there too. So y'all wasn't at the Hevelo, and y'all wasn't at the Executive Playhouse. But you know where y'all was at with Kool Herc? When he was on the 9, my aunt's projects. See how that just happened? So now y'all on the 9. So now let me show you something before Kool Herc came out. And how Bambaataa used to be in my projects. Because all of y'all is under Bambaataa's umbrella. All of y'all is be under Bambaataa's umbrella. You just did the Universal Zulu Nation. And I'm part of starting that. That come from my origin, from my seed, from the tree. Bambaataa. So that Universal Zulu Nation, all down with that, that come from my project, from my seed, what my mother built. And these guys right here. It was dumb. That's Kool D and that's Tyrone. Tyrone passed away. May I see him in the kingdom. So all of your pioneers, I'm coming. And we're going to shut all of that hip-hop stuff down. Because Kool D is still alive. And that's my big bro. And I'm going to get him. See, he's still alive. And I'm going to get him. And I'm going in front of the media. And I'm going in front of the media with this. And I'm going to shut all of y'all down. You're gonna get shut down. See, you go, all that 63 Park over there, Forest Projects, when you come from over there, shutting you down. All that Boston Road, shutting you down. All the 9 projects, shut you down. All up there, Gun Hill Road, shutting you down. Over there on Creston Avenue, and if you from over there, 180th Street, 183rd, shutting you down. If you over there on 180th Boston Road, shutting you down. Bronx River, I don't have to shut that down because that's where Bambaataa came from my projects with my older brother when Bambaataa didn't have no equipment and he used to have the gang colors on with the black space in school with my brother, and they running around at lunchtime with black space on their jacket, going to classes, changing classes and changing periods in school. But now look at y'all. Universal Zulu Nation. And you know what's crazy about that? A lot of y'all with the Zulu Nation thing, y'all was down with Kool Herc with the Cedar Cedric. But Kool Herc ain't got no Cedar Cedric anniversary. So what y'all do? Y'all run with the Bambaataa thing, and Bambaataa's off the scene. See, Bambaataa's not around because of the allegations, what happened with Bambaataa, those allegations. Now, we don't know what that's about. I don't know. I'm living far away in the South. But what I do know, Bambaataa always took care of hundreds of people, thousands of people with money. Taking them out eating. We all went out. We all rocked with jams. We rocked around with guns, rocking around, driving around with guns because where we was going, it was opposition. So when we was doing that, wasn't no Grandmaster Flash. And before the L Brothers with Busy B, and Master Rob and Kevy Kev, or the Fantastic Five, you hear that? You hear me say that? Well, guess what? I was with Mean Gene before Busy B and Master Rob and Kevy Kev was even knowing him. I was in Mean Gene's house as a little kid, and Mean Gene had DJ equipment in the kitchen. What's up with that? Why I'm in Mean Gene's house when I'm a young kid and there ain't no such thing as no Kevy Kev, no Master Rob, no Busy B, none of that. None of that. They don't even exist nowhere. I buy Disco King Mario's equipment. I bought his equipment. My mother with those applications for the summer youth job. You know what? You know next thing you know I see over there? We got a guy by the name of Busy B on Mario's equipment. The ba 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 ding a ding ding. That's how I met Busy B. That's how I met him. When I brought Mario's equipment and he's in Bronxdale in my projects that my mother owned. And the first one brung out music in the Bronx was there before Kool Herc had his start. They was out 4 months before Kool Herc came out. Kool DJ D, Tyrone the Mixologist. Do you understand that? Bambaataa used to be in my projects with the gang colors on his jacket, and he used to always hang in my project listening to them. And then when I bought Mario's equipment, I'd go, yo, I'm going to get my equipment too. I'm going to get my DJ equipment too. So now look at all of y'all now with the anniversary and all of that stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'm telling y'all I'm the creator, but I go before all of y'all. I go before anybody. Now, if you go before me, you know who you're going to be? Let's say you went before me and it wasn't no hip-hop. You're going to be saying something about P.D.J. Jones, P.D.J. Jones, Hollywood told me one day he was out in 1971, 72, but that ain't no hip-hop, man. All respect to Hollywood, but Hollywood, you wasn't in our camp, brother. We in the hood, homie. We in the hood, brother. We remember you. We used to go to your parties, Hollywood, at 371. They used to be acting funny, wouldn't let me in. Because they said I was too young, too short, when Hollywood was doing those parties. See, Kool Herc catered to the younger crowd. That's why he's the father. He's the father because he catered to the hood, to the younger crowd. While all the other guys, they was doing the parties with the older crowd. P.D.J. Jones, DJ Flowers, Hollywood and all of them. You know what I'm saying? We hip-hopping. Grandmaster Flash, later on the L Brothers, Breakout and the Funky Four with Baron, Grand Wizard Theodore, Kaz with Tone, and JDL and Kaz, and Grandmaster Flash with the three MCs. See, that's hip hop. See. But the name became prevalent. The name got big and everybody wanted to start coming in. The disco DJs, they don't want to be left behind. So they want to come in. You can't come in because you wasn't in our hood. You wasn't in Bronx River. You wasn't uptown in Edenwald. You wasn't uptown at the T Connection. You wasn't at the Dixie Club. You wasn't at 123. You wasn't with the Kool Herc when we was over there at the PAL. You wasn't over there at the Kool Herc joint when he was on the 9. You wasn't at the Ecstasy Garage over there with the Cold Crush. You wasn't over there at the Spark with me, Graham, with the Theodore, Kevy Cav, Master Rob, and all of them. So, to your pioneers, where all of y'all popping up when I say I'm the creator and when I was doing the music, y'all didn't even exist. And when I was on that west side, almost the west side, I lived on the west side, but in that borderline, that's that Boston Road. See, when you go over Jerome, then that's the west side. When you go over Jerome, you know the train station Jerome. Once you go over Jerome, when you come down Walton Avenue, and you come down the hill, and you come right over there, where the Sparkle used to be, once you go over there, now you on the west side. So if you Boston Road, that's still consider the east side as well, because it's not across Jerome Avenue. So that Boston Road and that Union Avenue and all of that stuff over there, okay, that's Flash Mean Gene area. They got that over there hooked up. But before them came out, Smokey was over there. Smokey. DJ Smokey was right there on Marvis Avenue, and 167, 165th used to rock all over there before Flash came out. DJ Smokey. Because I lived over in that area back then. When I left Bronxdale, I lived on Ogden Avenue. So your pioneers, you know, some of them used to be on my page, and then I don't see them no more because I'm saying I'm the creator. So do you go before Bambaataa? You just was at the mighty Zulu Nation anniversary, and that come from my seed. I'm a part of creating that with Bambaataa. That party you just went through, that university that you just went through, that come from me. I can say that because Bambaataa knew me since I was a one kid with my older brother. Bambaataa rolling with my older brother. So these are the guys that let the music, because my mother's the one that let them play the music out there. So now, where you at? Where you coming? When I was over there on the side, I'm in Mean Gene's house. When there ain't no Grandmaster Kaz. When there ain't no such thing as Cold Crush. When there ain't no such thing as L Brother. When there ain't no such thing as no Fantastic Five or none of that. See, you never say Mean Gene. I never hear that. And in my mind, I'm kind of wondering why I never be hearing Mean Gene's name. And I was with Mean Gene when none of your pioneers existed. Go ask Mean Gene. I was with Mean Gene when none of your pioneers even existed. Mean Gene, I was up Mean Gene's house. I used to smoke dust. I used to have dust, man. Now, we're not promoting drugs. I'm just telling you, I was about getting money. I was about getting money, taking thousands. As a young kid, taking thousands. As a little kid, taking thousands. Smoke me some dust. I go out pickpocketing and taking thousands. I was in Mean Gene's house when there wasn't no pioneers. No Grandmaster Cash, no Busy B, no Master Rob, no Kevy Cap, none of y'all. The only one that was out, that just came out, the only one that was out that had just came out was a guy by the name of Breakout. Because me and Breakout used to be together. I told you that story before. So Breakout was before Flash came out. Me and Breakout used to be together in Bambaataa's house. And Bambaataa got his origin from my projects. So what are y'all talking about out there? Let's do this. Anybody in the world, why you hiding? Why you waiting? Why you don't come battle me? I told you I'm the creator of hip hop. So what taking y'all so long? Why you don't come in front of the media? Why we got Instagram, we got Facebook. All you gotta do is pop up. Yo, he lying. Why you don't do that? Let's go on Zoom. Let's go on Zoom. What's the other one? Anybody in the world, hip hop, come in front of me. Anybody. My mother invented in the whole New York City every project in the 5 boroughs. This is a redemption. This ain't nothing negative. I'm getting ready to blow the world up. This is all hip hop. Everything in here is hip hop. See, y'all talking, man. See? Remember my movie? Remember the one that did the Tupac and Biggie Smalls? Your pioneers talking and hating when I say I'm the creator. So why didn't it do no movie about y'all? Why the producers didn't do no movie about y'all? The Tupac and Biggie Smalls. The Tupac and Biggie Small producers. The Prince of Hip Hop. So if I'm not the creator, why they do a movie about me and not about y'all? I need y'all to answer that. See, y'all can't answer it. See, y'all running and looking at my video. Oh, he talking about he the creator. Listen, man. I'm bigger than all of y'all, man. That ain't no disrespect. My story and who I am and what I started before Afrika Bambaataa even was in existence. He wasn't even in existence. I was doing the music with Mario because my mother let me give Mario the application. The only reason why Mario is out was because that's who I grew up with. They grew up with my older brother, Kool D and Tyrone, with my family. I'm Little Stanley with the long braids. I'm Little Stanley with the long braids. All my brothers is older than me. And all of their girlfriends live in the same building where they used to be playing in front of the building on Watson Avenue and Rosedale. Kool DJ D. And this guy right here, watch this. Watch this right here. And JJ. Kool Herc wasn't even out at this time. That's JJ with the golden voice. Ain't nobody in hip-hop ever had no voice like him. Even to today. That's JJ. And that's Kool D. Yo, D, I'm coming to get you. Don't worry. I see you on my page, homie. I'm coming to get you, homie. See, you can't escape. See, you're caught with emotions. I ain't talking about hey creator. So why you can't see me? Huh? Why you can't see me? Well, I got so much stuff in here, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Articles all about me and all of that. Why nobody write an article about y'all? Why nobody write no big article about y'all? But I'm not the creator. My origin. Get some of this stuff. What else I got down here? What else I got down here? Put it in your mind. You better put it, and you don't gotta put it in your mind. You're hating. Because you see my skills and all of that with what I'm bringing to the world. The biggest story in the world. Trying to be in no hip-hop industry, no hip-hop movie industry. And what about my record that went global right here? That went global and I went #1 in the South. I went #1 and Charlamagne the God. You know Charlamagne the God in the Breakfast Club? Remember I told you I know Charlamagne the God before he had his start? And I screamed him out when I was on the air, on the Breakfast Club. And they cut me off and I called them back. And then me and Charlamagne the God was going back and I screamed them out and it went all over the air. Well, you know what Charlamagne the God do? He calls Goldie and go, yo, Green Eye's got a hit record. Charlamagne the God called his best friend and tell him that I got a hit record. And this is the record he's talking about. Green Eye Genie, Marcus Allen, Party All Night. #1. #1 in the South, beat out everybody and all of that, man. It went number 1. So, I'm trying to figure this out now. This is to Mr. Kool Herc, man. I love you, bro. I love you, man. We all getting old. But I need somebody to challenge me in the world with this hip-hop, with your pioneers out there that's been watching my videos. Why you don't step forward? All you gotta do is go in your house and get on the Facebook and pop up. I'm outside. I'm waiting. Why you don't challenge me? Because me, if I knew somebody talking he the creator and he's not, I'm coming. If I'm still about rapping and I'm in the industry and I'm a pioneer and I used to be at the Sparkle and I used to be at the Ecstasy Garage and I used to be at the PAL and I used to be at the Dixie Club and I used to be at the Fever and I used to be at 63 Park and I used to be at 123 and I used to be in Bronxdale and I used to be in Soundview and I used to be in Monroe and I used to be in Lafayette and I used to be in Castle and I used to be in all the parks and everywhere in 107 Park and in Soundview Projects playing music and somebody popping up talking about he the creator, and I could just go right on the computer and just pull you up and say, yo, he lying. He ain't no creator. That's all you gotta do. And then we FaceTime each other and get on some podcast, and then we go over there and battle. And then I want to see them beat me out. Y'all ain't got nothing. Because I know all of y'all. And I thought we was cool. But y'all don't say nothing to me now. Why? I didn't do nothing to y'all. I didn't do nothing to nobody. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, men, women, girls, boys that's 8, 10 years old that like music, hip-hop, and all of y'all around the world, and all the rappers around the world, from Jay-Z, from Jermaine Dupri, to Dr. Dre, from Kanye West, from Eminem, from The Future, from the T.I., to Jermaine Dupri, to Outkast, to all of y'all that see this video. I never did nothing to nobody. All I said, I'm before everybody. And I got the documents right here. They hating. See, they caught in their ways. Bring your motions against this thing. Why don't you bring your motion that I'm not the creator and bring it against this? Don't get drinking and smoking. Don't get caught in your motion. Well, go smoke something and then build up your courage. And then come on. Anybody. No. I tell you what. Everything is always with love and respect. So this is what I want to ask you. I'm going to say something even better than that. Why don't you go get your king, Kool Herc, because he's still around, and y'all and Kool Herc get together. FaceTime me. We're going to go on Zoom. We're going to go on the chat. I'm going to be on the screen, and you're going to be on the screen with Kool Herc, your king. And we're just going to talk general and let the public just hear everything. Dates and times, schools you used to go to, blocks you used to be at when you ain't playing the music, where you are legendary, how you used to dress, who you used to hang with, how was you getting money. You know, like when you go for a job. Anytime you go for a job, they want at least 3 references to 4 references of your previous job before they hire you. So, same thing with hip-hop. Remember, a job want 4 references so they could call to verify to see was you a good worker before they can hire you. So let's do the same thing with hip-hop. So all your pioneers that's over there that hating and going against what I'm saying, this is what we want to do, a background check about you. Who you used to be with when you're not jamming, if you was in 63 Park, if you was over there at the Audubon Ballroom, if you was in Bronx River, okay, if you was uptown in the Valley, if you was at the T Connection, if you was at the PAL, we want to do a background check on you. What school you used to go to? When did you first start rapping? Who did you used to hang with? Where did you used to be when you pack up the equipment? And what block you used to be on in the summertime when it's girls all around? And who knows you? And what's your highlight when you wasn't doing the music? Was you fly? Was you wearing diamonds? Was you wearing gators? Did the girls know you? Did the big drug dealers in Harlem know you that used to be at the Rucker? You know, the Rucker basketball tournament? Was you up at the Rucker at 115th Street? These are the things that we need to ask about you so we can pinpoint your origin to see if it goes over the Green Eye Genie. Because that's important. Just like when you go and you want to get a job. They need to do some background check. So we want to do a background check on all of you. Now here's the key. I know all of y'all because you know me. See, I was just sentenced to 18 years in prison. And I went away. And y'all got all the notoriety. So now, I'm back on the scene and y'all didn't want me to pop up. Or, y'all didn't think I was coming. It's a rude awakening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not hard to cipher the things that I just said. Never no disrespect. Everybody have a story to tell. Respect all stories. I'm telling you who I am. Nobody in the world of hip-hop goes before me. And if you do, then why was you at the Zulu Nation anniversary that I started that with Bambaataa before he came into existence from the mud?